Yatesy owed you one, didn't he?
Yeah, sure did.
Earlier that season, was there something that you might have done to him? That
Yep, absolutely.
He was to get to that?
Absolutely.
What'd you do to him?
Can I tell a story?
Yeah, sure.
As I say, I felt aggrieved. I'd been, I thought, infringed against. And a lot of the time, because of my noticeable appearance and that, I felt that the umpires gave me a fairly hard time. I felt a bit victimised.
Probably because you whacked every other bloke in the opposition.
Well, it eventually ended up being a whack, but I felt like they'd turn a blind eye to stuff which they wouldn't if I had have committed that act. The ball went out of bounds after I felt one of these acts had a blind eye turned, or I screamed at the umpire, blah, 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 that's a free kick, yeah, get on with it. I looked up, Paul Deere, the substitute ruckman, had locked arms with Yatesy on a boundary line throw in. The ball went up over the head. I charged in, went to go for the ball, but not really go for the ball, just put a knee into Yatesy and just drove one into him. He went down pretty hard, and as he was getting chaired off and carted off, I had a few words to him. Just for good measure. Yeah, not great stuff.
And he said, I think I'll see you in September and might have something back for you.
At that stage, he could only get out a few. He's a ripping bloke, Yatesy.
I know you're friends now.
He's a great guy. And then when he got me in that in the grand final, in the opening quarter, I remember just strolling past him at quarter time and looking at him, and we're even. People say, why don't you dislike him? Well, we're even. And I went past him and I thought, because he got chaired off, and I thought, oh, I should have gone off, but I looked at him and I winked and I went, I'm still here, Yatesy.
The line in the sand game. There's been some confusion about your role in that. You were on the Hawthorn board at the time. You allegedly had an exchange with Richie Vandenberg at half-time. Is that true, and what did you say to him?
Who told you that?
Well, that's sort of almost public perception now, isn't it?
All right, well, that's true.
It is true. Oh, good. A journo got one right. What did you say to him?
Actually, it's not going to look
this
that
is,
good
this
for
is
me.
Hawthorn and Essendon at the MCG, right? And Essendon...
Who got reported that day? He and Campbell got the most.
Yeah, but there was history,
It
wasn't
was
it?
alleged.
Essendon was seen to intimidate the Hawthorn at that
Essendon
time.
had belted up Hawthorn for years. Hawthorn had not got within a bull's roar of them, and they were a better team. But they emotionally belted up Hawthorn as well. They scared them into submission before the first bounce. I'm a big believer that actions speak volumes of what you want to do, what you want to achieve. You make an action, you have to live up to that action. I think that day Hawthorn broke the mould. Ripping bloke too, from Essendon. What's his name? Mark Johnson.
Yep.
He slam tackled. Young kid only then. He's a premiership player. Had a big ruckman. Gee, I'm mentally blocked on it. Hawthorn ruckman. Robbie Campbell. Yeah. Whistle went because the ball was pinned to him. So play went dead. Inexperienced young Robbie then went limp, relaxed, and Jono slam tackled him.
Oh, he's in trouble, Campbell.
I went down at half time. And they were geeing themselves up. They were well on the way to a frenzy. And when I went into the toilet, which is a not long open trough for those in the MCG rooms, and it just happened at the one time Richie and Campbell Brown were there, and my words without the adjectives in it was, don't let Mark Thompson walk off. Mark Johnson. Don't let Mark Johnson walk off the ground.
It is on everywhere out here, boys. Spot fires all over the place.
Oh, McFall! And Vandenberg letting lefts and rights go to McPhee.
You can't do that.
And here comes Welsh to remonstrate with Vandenberg.
This is the 1980s revisited.
Well, I tell you what, at least Hawthorn is showing a bit of spirit here. This is unbelievable. We haven't seen these sort of scenes for a long time in AFL football.
The average losing margin for Hawthorn for the previous 12 encounters was 10 goals plus. The next time they played Essendon won by 3 points.
Yeah.
Hawthorn won the next 10.
87 grand final. You were a massive big game player. I mean, you're noted for that, and it's true. You played on Carlton played David Rhys-Jones on you at centre-half back, and he won the Norm Smith medal. Now, I know you're not into alibis, but did he just outpoint you, or did you have broken ribs that day?
No, that's bad info for you.
It's not right?
I had a crack in my ankle.
Did you?
I had a crack running through my ankle, which got operated a couple of weeks later. And I had a back brace on. I mean, I couldn't touch my knees. Dunstall had gone down. His ankle had blown up to the size of a pumpkin. So we had no key forward.
Okay.
Paul Deere played in about his third or fourth game, so I had to play. He outpointed. His strength was my weakness. My strength was I thought I had him covered. Not his weakness, but mine was my marking mobility. I lost my mobility. I lost my coordination because of various elements. And when the ball hit the deck, he was like a cat, Reece. He could just gather it in. I couldn't chase him.
Last one, Dermott. You're coaching your son Devlin's under-13 footy team. Surely they're not going to play like Dermott Brereton played his footy. I mean, what are the priorities for you with your boys' footy team?
To see their skills improve.
Jeremy, loved watching you play. Didn't always agree with everything you did, but you're a fantastic player for Hawthorn and for the game. And I'm enjoying what you're doing now. Welcome to Fox Footy and look forward to this year.
Michael, thank you.
Thanks, Derm.
This has been a Fox Footy production.